Greetings, dear friends. Today, I wish to share with you a personal journey, how the teachings of the Buddha have transformed my life, bringing about profound changes from deep within my heart and mind. When I first embarked on this path, I had no idea that it would lead me to a new life filled with peace and understanding. As I delved into Buddhist teachings, I discovered that many of my sufferings stemmed not from the external world, but from my own attachments and expectations. In the past, I believed that success, recognition, and material wealth were essential for happiness. Yet each time I failed to achieve these goals, my heart felt heavy with disappointment. Through the Buddha's wisdom, I learned that clinging to fame, fortune, and status is a source of suffering. When I began to practice letting go, I found my heart growing lighter. Happiness blossomed in the simplest of things: a quiet morning, a warm cup of tea shared with loved ones. Buddhism taught me the value of returning to my breath and living with gratitude. There were times when I felt life was unfair, questioning why I had to endure hardships while others seemed to thrive. However, as I came to understand the law of cause and effect, I realized that each person walks their own unique path. Everything I experience today is a result of the seeds I have sown in the past. Gratitude expanded my heart not just for the joyful moments, but also for the challenges that have shaped me. I learned to cultivate compassion for others, replacing blame with understanding and empathy. Mindfulness has been a precious gift from the Buddha. My mind used to be a whirlwind of worries about the future or regrets from the past. Through meditation and mindfulness practices, I discovered how to live fully in the present moment. Each time I returned to my breath, I felt a deep sense of peace in the here and now. I no longer got swept away by negative thoughts or anxious feelings. True tranquility does not arise from an ideal external life, but from a mind that is anchored amidst life's storms. Since embracing Buddhism, my life has indeed transformed. These beautiful teachings serve as a guiding light, encouraging me to slow down, to love deeply, and to cherish each moment. I have come to understand more about the law of karma. Every action, thought, and word plants a seed that will eventually bear fruit. This understanding empowers me to live more mindfully and responsibly, freeing me from the habit of blaming others or my circumstances. I now see that I am the architect of my own destiny. It is through positive thoughts, sincere words, and right actions that my life becomes more serene and fulfilling. Buddhism has gifted me not just a new life, but also a deeper sense of purpose. I realize that happiness does not come from what we possess, but from how we relate to life itself. Challenges and sorrows no longer cause me to falter. Instead, I recognize them as valuable lessons for my growth. My practice allows me to view everything through the lens of love, to meet suffering with compassion, and to embrace joy with a grateful heart. In sharing my story, I hope to illuminate the profound impact of Buddhist teachings on my life. They have guided me to slow down, to love more, and to appreciate every fleeting moment. Indeed, Buddhism has bestowed upon me new life, one filled with meaning and peace. The path of learning is still long, but with each mindful step, I feel myself drawing closer to liberation and true happiness. May we all find inspiration in the teachings of the Buddha, nurturing the seeds of compassion and mindfulness within us, and allowing them to blossom into a life of joy and fulfillment. Thank you for joining me on this journey today.